People change, but they are still the same at their core. That's a quote of mine. AnoHana, the flower they saw that day. Hey guys, today I wanted to do a spoiler review of AnoHana. So yeah, let me just jump into that. So now that you've seen the series, let's discuss it. Jinta doesn't want to go to school anymore and just stays at home most of the time. Popo lives in the old clubhouse but hasn't even changed that much. Yukiatsu has his grades and looks going for him, but I feel as if he deep down still has resentment towards Jintan. Suruko is doing well in her grades but now lives in Yukiatsu's shadow. Anaru still lives Anaru still loves Jinta after all this time. Even I'm using the nicknames. This series was amazing, beautiful, fantastic. Whatever you want to say, I highly recommend it. Mima's death has affected all of her friends. The Super Peacebusters are no more. It's so sad. I really don't know how to say this, but I don't really get how their feelings from their childhood were still lingering on. They looked very young in those flashbacks. Now they're in high school. Most people would have forgotten by now. The series does a great job of showing how the emotions of all the characters change over time. Personally, I wouldn't have believed Jinta if he had told me Mima was still there, whether in spirit or not. Jintan's father was very interesting to say the least. I think the death of his wife kind of made him just let Jinta be free and do whatever he wanted. The flashbacks of the kids were great, but how come they didn't actually show how Mima died? I'm guessing she drowned? I don't like watching series like this. Don't get me wrong, I love this with all my heart, but something that constantly brings up death has me scared and has me thinking. This was like a love hexagon. Let me try this. Jinta likes Mima, Mima likes Jinta, Anaru likes Jinta, Yukiatsu likes Mima, Popo likes Suruko, Suruko likes Yukiatsu. Whew, I think I got it. It was nice to see a series make the romance all over the place. I like romance, as long as it's not, as long as it's done well and it isn't the main focus. It's usually great. The various wishes they came up with were kind of silly, and the fireworks one was expensive. Don't take this the wrong way, but I would have been mad if I had spent all my money and she didn't pass on. Mima's mom kind of seemed off her rocker. It's understandable, I guess. The death of a child is hard to go through. It's like losing a part of yourself, whether that would be a man or a woman. Mima's brother didn't seem too affected, but he was super young at this age. I think the point he was trying to get across was that his mom knows everything about Mima and nothing about him. Basically, she's obsessed with Mima, especially after her death, and she doesn't pay any attention to him. Right away I noticed that Mima was affecting the world around her, so I figured she had to be solid in some ways. Like, she's a ghost, but she was picking up things and eating things and cooking things, so I was like, is this like imagination or something? But then I noticed like Jintan was eating this stuff, so I'm like, this isn't imagination. It seems like it would have been easier to prove her existence. I mean, seriously, put some paint on her or something. I thought about this while I was writing the review. Just throw some paint on her, and then you've just like solved everything. Anaru's friends are girls that I would not like. They seem like they only want to be your friend when you're acting like them, and they'll leave you if you don't. Seriously, I almost thought that that guy was gonna get to Anaru. I'm not even gonna say the specifics, but you know the scene. I was scared because she was screaming so much. Jintan, if someone tells you that they love you, don't keep going. I'm really sorry. I can't just like read this straight up. Basically, yeah. Don't keep going on your way without saying anything. Anaru laid her feelings on the line and he kept walking. Mima is dead and gone. If you have a girl fighting for you, at least give her a chance. Mima appeared in a grown-up state. With that white dress and childish attitude, she didn't look grown up. Popo seems like him and Jintan could have been best friends in the past and now. They just flow well together. I felt like while they used to be a group of 6, the remaining 5 split up into 2 groups. Yukiatsu and Suruko, Anaru, Jintan, and Popo. Of course, the second group is more interesting to me. I really like how the opening shows them as children and then as teenagers, and then while they're as teenagers, Mima is represented as a flower. Yukiatsu came off to me as a jerk, a cross jerk. Oh, oh man, I messed up a joke. Okay, Yukiatsu came off to me as a joke. Ah, dang. Okay, Yukiatsu came off to me as a jerk, a cross-dressing jerk. He was the first one to get angry, and I just don't like his attitude. The first one to take out their fists, but never use them. There were many times when I was thinking, why doesn't Jintan punch him? But he's not that type of main character. Yukiatsu was always the smartest, but everyone followed Jintan. My first impressions was, does he have the dress of a dead girl in his closet? This guy's a freak. He was sniffing it and talking to it, wearing it. Wearing it just made him look even more freaky. I'm glad he actually bought that stuff and that didn't belong to Mima. That would have been even more freakier. Suriko just came off as someone quiet. She hangs out with Yukiatsu in their group, but other girls are jealous of her. Plus, she's kind of a jerk. By liking him, she sort of became him. Both of them seemed like snotty, intelligent people. Cutting her hair off was a bad idea. Maybe I just don't like short hair on girls. She held on to that hairpiece that Yukiatsu was trying to give to Mima. It was just so freaky. The confessions at the end of the series almost took me over the edge and made me cry. But I used to cry a lot as a child, and I grew out of it. It takes a lot to make me cry now, and I never want to go through anything like that. I did cry 2 tears after thinking about the series, but I didn't really cry like while I was watching it. Well, I praised this series highly. It could have been longer. Didn't One Piece have a whole arc as a flashback? I'm not really sure on that, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm catching up to One Piece right now. I'm not anywhere near that part. It doesn't need to be a long, it doesn't need to be that long, but like a full flashback, maybe a few episodes or one episode. And everyone's blaming themselves, but how did Mimba even die? I actually like the scenes without Mimma. Whenever she's around, everything feels sadder. My favorite scene in the anime is when Anaru falls on Jintan and Popo walks in. This series is so good. It could have been longer just for the fun of it. Life without, I already said that. The Wish. I liked it. It was something a child would want in the end. Innocent and happy-go-lucky. Don't you wish we could still be like that? A time where everything was just like an adventure to you? The series brings forth a lot of emotions. I don't really have a group of friends like this, but it makes me want one. People say Naruto has a lot of useless flashbacks, but this series doesn't. Even if it happened in the previous episode, it still holds a strong meaning to the story. Thanks for watching. Check out some of my favorite channels on my channel under the featured channels and in the comments section for an extended list. If you have better titles for this video, please suggest one. Follow me on Twitter at Melvin2898, like the SirMel11 Facebook fan page. Thanks for watching, comment to join the discussion, rate the video because your feedback matters, share this video with your friends because they need to see this, subscribe for more videos like this, and etc. I'm SirMel11 and that's my video. See you guys later.